Most people think wealth is built only through hard work and higher income, but the wealthiest individuals often play a completely different financial game. While ordinary people focus mainly on earning and spending, the top 1% focus on ownership, assets, leverage, and systems that allow money to keep growing continuously, even while they sleep. Banks invest deposits, corporations use consumer spending to generate profits, markets compound capital over time, and assets produce cash flow that gets reinvested again and again. Today we will talk about how the 1% gets richer while you sleep, using your own money. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10. Most people think wealth is built mainly through hard work from childhood. People are taught a simple formula for success. Work hard, save money, stay disciplined, and eventually financial stability will follow. Hard work absolutely matters, but the wealthiest people in the world often operate under a completely different financial system than ordinary workers. While most people exchange time for money, the 1% focus heavily on ownership, leverage, and systems that allow money itself to generate more money continuously. This creates a powerful financial gap because labor income grows slowly, while ownership and capital can compound exponentially over time. 9. Banks use deposited money to generate profits constantly. One of the clearest examples of this system begins with banking itself. When people deposit money into banks, that money does not simply sit untouched in storage. Banks lend it out, invest it, and use it throughout the financial system to generate profits continuously. Mortgages, business loans, credit cards, and investments all rely heavily on deposited capital. Meanwhile, ordinary savers often receive relatively small interest returns compared to the profits banks and financial institutions generate using their money. In simple terms, your money frequently works harder for the financial system than it works for you. 8. The wealthy own assets while others mostly own liabilities. Another major difference is what different groups spend money on. Many ordinary households use income primarily for consumption, rent, car payments, financed lifestyles, subscriptions, and daily expenses. Wealthy individuals often direct large portions of money toward assets instead. Businesses, stocks, real estate, private equity, intellectual property, and investments can generate income or appreciate in value over time. Assets produce cash flow and long-term growth, while liabilities continuously consume income. This difference compounds dramatically over decades. 7. Compound growth quietly creates massive wealth gaps. One of the most powerful forces in finance is compounding. When investments generate returns and those returns continue generating additional returns over long periods, wealth can grow exponentially. The wealthy often benefit from compounding because they already control large pools of capital invested across productive assets. Even moderate returns on massive amounts of money create enormous wealth growth over time. Meanwhile, people living paycheck to paycheck may struggle to invest consistently at all, which limits access to the same compounding effect. 6. Debt often transfers wealth upward. Modern economies are heavily built around debt. Mortgages, student loans, credit cards, car financing, and consumer borrowing all generate interest payments flowing toward financial institutions and investors. For many households, large portions of future income are already committed toward servicing debt. The wealthy often benefit from this structure differently because they may own shares in banks, investment funds, or financial assets connected to lending systems themselves. This means ordinary consumers may indirectly help generate returns for wealthier investors through the interest embedded across the financial system. 5. Inflation rewards asset owners more than cash savers. Inflation affects different groups very differently. Ordinary savers holding large amounts of cash may lose purchasing power over time as living costs rise. Asset owners, however, often benefit because real estate, stocks, businesses, and other investments may appreciate alongside or faster than inflation. This creates a widening gap, where people relying mainly on wages and savings accounts gradually lose financial ground, while asset holders continue increasing net worth through appreciation and compounding. 4. Ownership creates income independent of labor. One major reason the wealthy continue earning money passively is because ownership separates income from direct labor hours. Business profits, dividends, rents, royalties, and investment gains can continue flowing even when the owner is not actively working every moment. Ordinary workers, however, usually rely heavily on active labor income tied directly to time. If work stops, income often slows or stops as well. Ownership creates leverage because systems continue generating returns independently. 3. The financial system rewards scale. Another hidden advantage the wealthy possess is scale. Larger amounts of capital create access to better investment opportunities, lower borrowing costs, professional financial management, tax advantages, and exclusive markets unavailable to most ordinary investors. Money itself creates additional financial opportunities. This means wealth not only compounds mathematically, it also compounds structurally because larger capital pools unlock advantages that accelerate further growth. 2. Most people were never taught how the system actually works. Financial education is surprisingly limited for many ordinary workers. Schools rarely teach how banks create profits, how assets compound, how taxes affect wealth, or how ownership structures generate passive income. As a result, many people spend their entire lives focused mainly on earning wages without fully understanding how capital itself operates inside modern economies. Meanwhile, financially educated individuals learn how to position themselves on the ownership side of the system, rather than remaining only participants within it. 1. They built systems where other people's economic activity generates their wealth. The deeper truth about modern wealth is not necessarily that the rich work less. It is that they often work within completely different financial structures than ordinary households. Because the truth is simple: banks profit from deposits, corporations profit from consumers, investors profit from assets, and financial systems continuously move money upward toward ownership and capital over time. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.